It's track reviews.
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you are doing well. It is time for a track review, really a couple of track reviews in this video, as we have two brand new songs from Mr. J. Cole, the Lewis Street single. The songs are The Climb Back and Lion King on Ice. Quickly, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor in this video, the good people over at The Ridge. They make these awesome, nifty, minimalist, metal-plated wallets that fit nicely in your front pocket. Replace your disgusting, bulky leather wallet today with this bad boy, or with really any bad boy or bad girl that they have on their site, because they come in many different styles and colors and are super sleek in design and just nice, just quite nice. Use the link down below, promo code MELON, to get 10% off, and that's it. All right, let's give this a try. The Climb Back. The longer of the two songs, the first of the two songs. Let's see what's going on. J. Cole, ba-bam. I was pretty impressed with that. That was a very dark and dense 5 minutes from Cole. The beat was quality, the heavy bass, the super chunky percussion, also the twinkling keys with a ton of sustain on them, really pristine, had a beautiful sound to them. And then this distant, chopped, chipmunked vocal sample painting the background a little bit as well. It's an intricate beat. I mean, it doesn't change up too much across the length of the track, but it's a nice, intricate, lumbering, heavy groove. So the production is certainly on point here. Then moving on to what Cole actually says and his delivery, his rap performance. I had to replay this track a few times just to gather much of what Cole was saying on this song, because he's not going through the most kind of fluid line of thought throughout this track, but he does deliver a lot of very clear ideas. The first verse on the track has a lot of reflections on materialism and flexing, but painting those ultimately as really futile pursuits that don't really go anywhere or build yourself up effectively. Though there are points where lyrically that Cole himself in this portion of the song does come off a bit conceited, I suppose. Not that that ruins the track in and of itself or anything, but getting deeper into his bars, there are a lot of themes of violence, suicide, depression, talking about his friends being in the kennel, his dogs lost, as it were. Then in the last leg of the song, as Cole changes up his rap flow a little bit, it gets super melodic, super reliant on triplets. He kind of sounds a bit like Bone Thugs at this point, honestly. I do wish his delivery was a bit smoother, but for the most part, he does pull it off pretty well. And as the bars on this track progress, like the message does not lighten up, the light does not seep through the clouds, like it is a unbearably dark song. There's not really like any resolution or any sense or feeling of hope at any point. Not that that's required. I just want to illustrate how interesting and important it is that he's kind of working with this framing at this point in his career, at this point societally as well. I liked it. I thought it was actually really good. I thought it was one of his better singles in a while. And frankly, I, again, have not heard Lion King on Ice yet, and I'm assuming that this one's going to be as good, since The Climb Back was so emotionally potent, instrumentally intricate, and lyrically dense. So let's give this track a try too. Lion King on Ice. Ba-bam. Not as impressed with this one. I'll start with some of the good points. I think lyrically, thematically, Cole does display a lot more hope on this track than he did the previous track, and I would say he still comes off, at least in the messaging, pretty hungry on this track. It sounds like he, at this point in his career, still feels as if he has a lot to show, a lot to prove, a lot to communicate. It just seems like he feels as if he has still a ways to go to get to where he wants to be in terms of the impact that his music has. But beyond that, I did not care for the sound, the style, the production of this at all. really from the start of it, where Cole was delivering these somewhat smooth, kind of Drake-ish vocal lines in a very wimpy singing voice. Then you had this really watery, obnoxious vocal sample hanging in the background with like a really terrible chorus effect on it that was mixed way too freaking loud, to the point where sonically it was competing with Cole's voice and overshadowing it a lot of the time. And speaking of overshadowing, Jesus, this beat is abusively mixed. Like, the bass is so grossly loud. The hi-hats are a goddamn headache. They make me feel like I'm listening to like a dentist drill, like poke me in the fucking eardrum. The beat is just disgusting. It sounds gross as hell. It is not a good sounding beat at all. And the production really does ruin the track. I mean, Cole's melodic flow is not really all that great on this track, in my opinion, but if the beat had been better, it really would have done wonders. So, yeah, I kind of disliked that one, frankly. Climb Back is great, though. Easily one of Cole's better singles. Again, in terms of production quality and uniqueness, in terms of him switching up his flows, the lyrics, and the themes he explores on the track. Really thoughtful song, but Lion King on Ice is really just the opposite for me, or rather they're sort of foundational factors that to me are so off, it's difficult to really kind of get into the mood of the song at all. Those are my thoughts on these tracks. Loved one, hated one. But let me know your thoughts on these songs in the comments. Did you love them? Did you hate them? Why? What do you think I should review next? You're the best. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, J. Cole, Lewis Street, forever.